Hi there, it's Tamara, and I just wanted to take a moment to take you through the foundations and why this is so important for the program infrastructure moving forward. So this is the strategy session that we spend 4 hours together on, 3 to 4 hours, where we flush out a few important things. The first thing is your why, or your compass as we call it. The second is your pre, core and post, which is important for us to create your customer avatars. Your customer value journey, which is this 8-step here, and of course looking at what customer avatars we're going to be targeting. The program is designed for us to create 2 customer avatars and 2 customer value journeys that we will nut out based on your pre-core and post-product. So the example here, the first one is Fervor, which is a bone broth product for dogs. So you will see here that we have created their compass, which is what they do, which is natural nutrition for pets. That's functional, proactive and personalized. That makes a positive impact on both pets and people. So this is how they do it, and these are the 3 pillars here. And this 9 boxes also works really well for the social media content for briefing our offshorers in the future. So 9 pieces of content per week, and they create content around each of those, including things like blogs, so checking for high-ranking articles on these topics around these areas, recreating those and repurposing those, obviously creative social media posts and videos. So from this exercise, we then figure out what is going to be our customer value journey based on a pre, a core and a post. So we're going out with a pre around educating people around optimal health for their dogs, so holistic dog health. Our call to action is for them to take the 30-day bone broth challenge with their dog, with the idea that they would subscribe afterwards ongoingly to the product and make it part of their daily meal plan for their dog. So from here you will see then we've created 2 customer avatars, which is the conscious pet parent, and also the person who's on a farm who already spends quite a bit of money on their other animals. This is a deep and narrow microgranular target that we've got there as well. So let's have a look at this first one for the custom avatar number 1, which is the fur parent. So at the top of the funnel, what we have here is our ads. So these are our call to actions, our ads that are going out through either Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, Google, whatever the mix is that works well, even YouTube in some cases. So that's the ads. And so I'm going to show you an example now of ads that are built out based on our campaigns. So this is the Facebook and Instagram carousel ads that we have created. And this is based on research that we did on this customer avatar using a tool called Sparkturo, Sparktoro. What this told us when we searched what is the most clickable copy for fur parents who are females, 35 plus here, that it was that why is my dog unhappy, which is very interesting because we would normally never pick that, but it had a 94% click-through rate. That meant that when when this customer avatar sees copy like that, there's a 94% chance that they'll click on it, which is massively high. So the tool that we use for this to ascertain what is the best copy is a tool called AnyWord. And this is looking at billions of dollars worth of ad spend and telling us what is the most clickable thing. So we put in there, the optimal health for our dog, and what come up was they would actually click on this as opposed to how to increase your dog's health. So this is what we run with, and we bring it back to bone broth as the solution. So unhappy dog, 3 things that makes the difference: increasing protein, collagen and amino acids, and that is obviously something that you gain through bone broth. So this creative has been done by our offshore team, so you can see that they're able to take that brief and really come up with something quite professional and on brand for Fervor. And I invite you to look at their website so you can see how there's this consistency. Now this is the copy here that they've come up with, and again they've run that through AnyWord to make sure that that is the most concise and most appealing copy for this target market. So this is their design mock-up on that one, and they've also asked the Positive Sparks, who is the person who does all our ad setup, so they set up our ad campaigns for us, that we wanted to be able to target breeds in particular that were the top 5 fustiest eaters, so Boston Terriers, Cavaliers, Dachshunds, French Bulldogs, Greyhounds, etc. So you can see here that that's one of the dogs, but if we can personalize it, the more we can personalize it, the better. So if I have a Cavalier and I see unhappy Cavalier, then that will stop me because that's the dog that I have and I'm obviously obsessed with my dog. So this would then be replaced by this one here, and the other ones remain the same. So these are the ones that they were going to test. Now here it says it links to the landing page, which I will get to in a moment and show you how that works. So that's one of the ad campaigns that we're going out and testing. Now we want to test multiple ad campaigns to see which one is the highest performing. And this is the part where we're optimizing. So this is the build, we've built out the design. The next step is to build these ads out, run them at say $30 a day, and then that will show us which ones are performing the most, which one has the best click-through rate, and most importantly, which one has the best conversion, and then we will scale those ads. So we're looking for one high-performing ad out of this process. The other thing that we're testing as part of the build stage is a more of a humorous one, which is very synonymous with dog and cat videos, as you know. So this is a TikTok animation. It's a very cool one, and basically what it does is it will get people's attention and take them through to, we're looking at this one linking straight to the product offer page, so not going to a landing page, just to see if we can cut out that extra step and if that still is able to convert. So let me just pause it and I'll bring you up this ad so you can see what it looks like. Alright, so I'm just going to show you how this ad looks like animated. Again, we had no photos supplied for this campaign. All the images had to be sourced through our ad libraries of photos, and the only thing that was supplied was the actual bottle of the product. So just keeping in mind that there's no photo shoots, there's no video shoots, and that these guys, the offshore team has had to create this out of pretty much nothing. So here's the TikTok ad.
My doggy won't nibble nibble, oh no, he never eats his kibble kibble at all. But then I do a dribble dribble on top of fur bone broth, he eats a lot.
So that was based on a TikTok trending song that they basically changed the words for. So a bit of fun, and we'll see if how that one performs. So that's that one there. And you can see that they were able to superimpose the bottle that was supplied into someone's hand, and they've created this whole thing using stock photo. So the next one that they wanted to try, which was around the happiness rating, we called it the fervor rating. So they created a video for this as well to see if this one would also get good attention, and there's some ad copy for that one as well. I'll quickly show you what that looks like. Bear with me. Okay. So that's more of an entertainment one. It's meant to just get them, again, 90% value. So we're not talking just about bone broth, just to see if this is clickbait and if this works. Now, the whole idea is just to test different things that are either really about bone broth or not about bone broth, just to see which gets the most attention. And this one was more about them engaging and chatting and putting comments in around what's your fervor rating, which is part of our campaigns. You know, the happier the dog, you know, and obviously they're happy if they're taking bone broth because it'll make them healthier. So that was that ad. That again, that's all stock video that they've sourced that from, and based on what we know, women are clicking on that 35 plus woman, which is how, you know, why is my dog unhappy? So again, just going with that theme because we know that's something of interest. So that's the ads. Now I want to take you through to the next step. So this is the ads that have been created here with the call to action that goes to the landing page. So the next step is building a landing page. So this is the landing page design that the team came up with. Again, all done offshore and with stock photos. They're able to recolor photos so that the color of their shirts are the same color as the logo, all that sort of stuff. So again, going with the holistic dog for health, holistic health for dogs, and how fervor can help. What fervors care about most, the 4 steps for increasing their dog's joint, digestive, gut and coat health, which is these 4 things. So again, 90% value, 10% suggestive sale. Why give them bone broth? This is all the essential things that come in our bone broth. And then this is the 30-day challenge, remember, which is our pre-product. And they've got 2 offers here for a small to medium dog or a large size dog. And their call to action is obviously that they get these soft gels for free. So they buy these 2 and they get that one free. And addressing objections. Again, all these are stock photos, no photo shoot supplied. Another call to action, 30-day bone broth challenge, some link throughs to their website. So this is a landing page that was designed and built on their website. So the next part of it is obviously they opt in and they buy that 30-day challenge. And then from there, we're actually using an SMS sequence because it's highly emotive. We don't want to do this on email. And we're sending them messages 2 per week on SMS to speak to them about how to give your dog the optimal health. So educating them on things like reducing grains in their diet, you know, the fact that kibble is a good staple, you know, if they're an older dog, what supplements are good for them, all that sort of stuff. So, and asking them how their dog is tracking along the way in SMS. The call to action at the end of the 30 days is to ask them for feedback on have they seen a difference in their dog's health, in their, you know, in their movements, in all sorts of movements, in their gut health, that sort of stuff. And then the call to action is from there is to subscribe and making bone broth a daily part of their diet to maintain and optimize their health. So again, this will take them through to things like, you know, soliciting reviews, you know, happy birthday for their actual dog, you know, sending them little presents, all that sort of stuff. So that's sort of how the customer value journey works, and an example of what can be done with very little creative content supplied. They've been able to completely build this out using only the product photos that were supplied, and still be able to create some really great ads. So I hope that helps in explaining the customer value journey and what that looks like when it's actually turned into a campaign.